it's a Iowa news site that we cover politics, and so we do a lot of coverage of Congressman King and local politics, and so we're excited that you're here. And I overheard some of your comments about how we repeal Obamacare, as you call it. How do we do that? How do we first start doing it so that we can pull it back in?
Well, number one, I want people to know it is possible. And not only is it possible, we have to repeal Obamacare. This changes our country so much, we cannot allow this to stand. It will skyrocket costs for taxes, first of all, and it will skyrocket our health insurance premiums every month. And it'll mean over $500 billion in cuts for senior citizens. And Christina Romer, President Obama's own economic advisor, said we are looking at 5.5 million jobs lost if this bill passes. Well, it passed. And we know we're going to have job losses because already private employers are looking at the escalating costs that it'll mean for them. They don't want any more payroll costs. And so we take a look at what's happening. The economy should have already healed itself by now. We should have been back in full recovery. But we're in a, quote, jobless recovery right now. The only new jobs we're seeing are government jobs, federal jobs, state jobs, local jobs, but all public sector jobs, not private sector jobs. We don't have a choice. We have to repeal this bill. The first way we do it is at the ballot box this fall. We elect constitutional conservatives as a majority, at least in the House, if not the Senate. We have to take both the House and Senate back. I think it's possible this fall to do that, and then 2 years from now we make Barack Obama a one-term president, which I think is every day much easier to do.
What can we do if we do take the majority in terms of the way they've structured this? They collect a lot of tax dollars before they fully implement it. Is that an opportunity for us to roll it back?
Well, the best opportunity actually is to starve the beast. What we do is we just don't fund Obamacare. If the House has the privilege of controlling the purse, in other words, the spending is all controlled by the House of Representatives, not the Senate, not the President. The President may think he controls spending, but he doesn't. The House does. Unfortunately, we've had the most radical president, the most radical liberal majority leader in the Senate and in the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. Together, they've just gone off the plantation as far as spending goes, and it's just ridiculous how much money they've been spending. So when they've been falling off the cliff in spending, the rest of the American people have been horrified watching this level of spending. If constitutional conservatives take over the new majority this fall, what that will mean is that we can clamp down spending, and without the money, President Obama's agenda can't go forward.
You mentioned 2012, and you're in Iowa. And you have another Minnesotan who's running for, or maybe looking to campaign in Iowa. What are your thoughts of Tim Pelosi?
Well, I think the president, our governor, has been laying groundwork, but it'll certainly be up to him what his choice is. He hasn't said if he's planning to run or not yet for president, but clearly he's going across the country, and so we'll see.
So what about Michelle Bachmann?
Well, Michelle Bachmann is running for the United States Congress. I've got a very
tough race. But you're in Iowa.
I'm in Iowa. Well, I love Iowa. I was born in Iowa,
really?
And I also love Steve King, and I'm really happy to come down here and support him.
Well, let's talk about him real quick. What do you admire about Steve King? Why did you decide to come here tonight?
Well, he's one of the greatest optimists. He never has a bad day. He's always smiling. He works. He has one of the most tremendous work ethics I've ever seen. But you can count on Steve King. He is a strong constitutional conservative. He knows who he is. He knows what he believes, and he doesn't cave to pressure. No special interest is going to get to Steve King and buy his vote off. He's all about serving the people of his district, and I've just been so impressed with Steve King since I've been in Congress, and have urged him to think about maybe higher office.
All right. Well, thank you for
coming
out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You can't come to this state, but
they're gonna pound you with that question.
I still got that.
All right.